What's your greatest regret from high school? I was the quiet kid in high school. Not bullied, not popular, just invisible. I kept to myself, drifted through classes, ate lunch alone more often than not. I wasn't miserable, just unseen. There was a girl in my class named Eliza. She had severe epilepsy. Most students avoided her, not out of cruelty, but fear. Everyone knew about her condition. She carried medication, wore a medical bracelet, and sat near the door in every classroom. The rumor was that she'd had a seizure in the cafeteria once. People whispered, but no one really talked to her. Not because she wasn't kind or smart. She just made people uncomfortable. I never talked to her. I didn't even make eye contact. Then, junior year, our English teacher assigned group projects. My name was called, then hers. I remember my stomach dropping. I went to the teacher after class and asked to switch partners. I didn't even have a real excuse, just said I wasn't comfortable. He looked at me for a long second and said, "No, I think this will be good for both of you." So we met, a few times, always in the library, usually in silence until one of us broke it to talk about the assignment. She was polite, calm, soft-spoken, and brilliant. Her analysis of The Great Gatsby was unlike anything I'd heard in class. She saw symbolism in colors, in the weather, in the names. She didn't just read, she interpreted. Her insights blew me away, but I kept my distance. We finished our outline and prepped our slides. It was almost over. Then, the day before the presentation, everything changed. We were sitting at a library table going over our parts. She was mid-sentence when she froze. Her pen dropped. Her eyes fluttered, and then she seized. Hard. She fell from her chair, hit the ground. Her body convulsed. People screamed. A librarian ran. Someone shouted her name, and I stood there. I didn't move. I didn't call for help. I just watched. Someone grabbed the emergency meds from her backpack. Another kid timed the seizure. I just stood there, paralyzed. Eventually, she stopped shaking. The nurse arrived. Her parents were called. The librarian looked at me with this mix of confusion and disappointment. The next morning, I figured she'd stay home. But Eliza walked into class like nothing had happened. She smiled, gave her part of the presentation flawlessly. I stumbled through mine. We got an A. Afterward, I left without saying a word. I didn't thank her. I didn't check in. I avoided her in the halls, just like before. I told myself it would be less awkward that way. Senior year, her family moved out of state. I heard she'd gotten a full scholarship to Princeton. I wasn't surprised. I thought about her sometimes. Then I moved on. 10 years later, I stumbled across an article. A young neuroscientist had made major strides in epilepsy research, especially in seizure prediction models. She'd published in prestigious journals, spoken at conferences, and was now leading a groundbreaking study. It was Eliza. The article included a short interview. They asked what had motivated her career path. She said, "People think epilepsy is the hardest part, but it's not. It's the loneliness, the feeling that everyone's watching but no one really sees you." Then she added, "There was one project partner who saw me seize up close. I thought maybe they'd finally understand, but they disappeared like everyone else." She didn't name me. She didn't have to. I could have been her friend. I could have shown her she wasn't alone. I could have just said, "You were amazing up there," or "I'm sorry I froze." But I didn't. I was just another person who walked away.